around you they prosper, even though they're in the wrong. Why should you feel discouraged? Why should you feel alarmed? You don't have to worry. Remain satisfied and true. For eye has not seen, the ear is not heard, what the Lord has in store for you. So keep on working for the Master. Oh, let's keep on working for the Lord. He will surely bless you and will give you a great reward.
Hello, everybody out there. Back again today with the Tittle of the day. Today, I want to talk about working and a little bit about what Paul has to say about working. Ephesians 4:28 says, "Let him that steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth." Okay, so the reason that Paul is saying here that we should work with our hands in a humble job is so that we can relate to everyone else in the world out there, to bring them, the truth about Jesus, and hopefully to help them get saved. And also to help other people who in your job, or if your job goes to different places, that may not be as anointed as you are and need some understanding in their lives, or so that you can teach them something. And we see that in 1 Corinthians 9:15 through 17. But I'm not going to read all of that, but you should check that out. But I'm going to read verse 19, which says, "For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servants unto all, that I might gain the more." Right? So he's saying that, when he goes and Paul made tents, so he go and that was a humble job to make a tent for somebody, and at that time, and I can imagine that he would speak to them about Jesus and give them understanding of God, and that's what his job was to go do. And if you look in 1 Thessalonians 4:11 and 2 Thessalonians 3:10 through 12, he talks about that. He talks about how when you go work, you should work to eat, right? You should work to eat, to be fed. Now, to me, that's also an example of you feeding other people too, right? 1 Thessalonians 4:11. "And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you." Right? So you're studying, you're understanding the word, and then you go to work, and then you can help people in your job understand more about Jesus. Jesus did this. We see in Mark 6:3 that he was a carpenter. Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary? Okay, so Jesus was a carpenter, right? That was a humble job. That was a job that had a lot of effort in it that he had to do. He could have just been some kind of royalty type job if he wanted to, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to work like everyone else. We see that Peter and some of the other ones, they were fishermen in Matthew 4:18, and Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. Okay, so he had unlearned men that were with him that worked humble jobs, right? So they could relate to other people who worked those type of jobs. Jesus also chose rich people. We see in Luke 5:27, where he calls Matthew, Levi was a tax collector, and at that time the tax collectors would have had a good amount of money, right? And we see Luke was a doctor. We see in Colossians 4:14, Luke, the beloved physician of Paul. So He chose rich people. He chose poor people. So that they could relate to everyone. You see, and to spread the word. So if you work a humble job, be happy in that. And if you have a rich job where you make a lot of money, be humble, and live by Philippians 4:11 through 13, which it says that in everything, whether he's a base, Paul says whether he's a base or he's abound, if he's hungry or if he's full, he praises God because he knows that he can do anything through Jesus Christ. Well, that's my tittle of the day. Hope y'all enjoy it. Wake and watch for Yeshua. God is love, and I love God. Amen.